Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the O's Talk. This week, we have a little bit of a different thing. Today is February 28th, almost to March. We're actually going to do a group discussion this time. We're joined by quite a few people. We have Charles445. How you doing?
Hey.
We have Deadbeat with us as well.
I'm doing pretty well. Hello.
All right. From the community side, we have Kianko joining us for the conversation as well.
Hey, LMAO.
We also have Lollyflam with us as well.
Yeah, I'm the community.
Yeah. Actually, you're a GMT. You're not the community.
Realization. You screwed up.
And we're also joined with Pin.
Yeah, hi. I just kicked ass in DOA, so I'm pumped. Let's get this started.
All right. Okay, so was it the new DOA?
Yeah.
All right. So today, the topic that we're going to go over, guys, is what kept, as you know, the title is Legend of the Addictive Circle Clicking. Silly title, I know. Thank you, Deadbeat.
You're welcome. Glad I could help.
Oh, always.
Gives me ideas for comics.
Yes.
I should make more of these silly titles. People seem to like them.
Of course. And what this is going to be is it's going to be a little bit more laid back. The community will still have questions at the end of our discussion. So if you guys have any questions about the stuff that we talk about, that's okay. But how I'm going to do this is we're just going to open it up to, like, what keeps us around? What keeps this game so addictive? What makes us come back every time, regardless of whether there be drama in the community or just not being very good at the game? What keeps us there?
Okay, so that's on the table.
It's a game that never ends.
Okay, good. Alright, good. Good, just making sure.
It's definitely on the table, and at any point, like, I don't want to try to cut people off too much, but if you've got something to add or anything, feel free, you know. Does anybody want to start this up? This is just a basic conversation. Okay, you want to give it a shot first? All right.
I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. What's up, boys?
Then why do you want to start off if you don't?
Yeah.
Because I can.
This is about starting off stuff like just why are you still around?
Well,
I feel like this would.
What?
All right.
I've been through many a moons and many a phases through whether I have played or not. But what kept me through playing is that it's a game that never ends. I can never complete it. I mean, even the top ranked players, really, have they completed it?
So would you say that the ever-growing content is what keeps you coming back?
Well, that's what it was when I still played, but now that I don't play, and I'm actually so good I managed to quit twice. Like,
oh, that seems to happen. Like, the better you get, the more likely you scramble your passwords.
What?
I'll be here all
That's why I never lost my password.
See,
I'd
I'd like to feed in on that, but
I
my
don't do
phone's
when
going off.
I mean quit.
Oh my
I
god,
mean,
this is going fantastic.
Oh, I know, right?
And there's the missing particle. I haven't seen that in a while.
The worst part about it is I can't even find the phone. My desk is, like, legit a mess.
Got you.
The
Alright.
worst part is it's starting to happen with
Let
Charles.
the sound guide you.
Excuse me, I was talking.
I'm sorry, Kianko. Go ahead.
Wow. I mean, for Charles, what I mean by quit is I just quit playing. I didn't leave the community.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're thinking that I pulled it,
Yeah,
pulled
no,
a,
we're not.
that I pulled...
I played a joke, and it's supposed to be whatever. Anyway, moving on.
Well, that was offensive, Charles, because I never did that.
Absolutely. See, here's the deal. There's a specific kind of offensiveness that the people involved will find it funny.
Go back in the freezer.
The
But
freezer?
then,
Yeah, they pulled me out of the freezer so I could do this talk once, but they have put me back in now.
yeah, by
I
Charles.
was frozen today.
But you're in
Nice
a cage.
So, have you talked to Walt, Charles? You know, being in the freezer?
Who?
Walt.
Oh, wow. You're really stretching there. Nobody's gonna get that.
Dude, I will be surprised if nobody gets that.
Yeah, alright.
Alright.
I lost a bet. No.
Anyways, Kianko, so go ahead and continue with what you're doing.
But
I do apologize.
Is this supposed to be like a one person at a time, or do we just all talk?
No, it's a one person at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, I first thought it was supposed to be everybody talk, so I was expecting people to...
That happens anyway.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, true, but you said you wanted a more podcast setting.
Yeah.
But when I did still play, when I got to rank 69 performance, top 30 score, like, what kept me going is that there's, like, a never-endless supply of content being constantly thrown at you for stuff to do, and you can always do better. Like, you can always do better. especially not all, like, even in ranks. I mean, some people do have like caps to what they can do, but I wouldn't really say that I have a cap. It's just a matter of like what I feel like doing. But then after I quit, like, both times, well, when I just stopped playing, like, what kept me coming back is the community and the people in the community. That was my found.
We
It's
got
okay.
a combo breaker here.
Somebody favorited an item of mine.
Oh my god.
Oh no! But look
I'll
at
let
me
you know
coming
my
back.
phone is not next to my computer, so that won't happen.
Well, your
Mine
phone's
is.
like 30 years old, anyways, so
You're
it's
damn
not like
right
it's
it's
gonna
like
do too
30
much.
years
Charles's
old.
phone is a rock.
It's a block.
It's, not-
It's a Nokia. It's fantastic.
it's a block rock.
Right.
Charles, we are old people.
I don't
We are
want
allowed
go.
to have old phones.
I'm older than you. No, I'm kidding. All right.
Charles is
I
like
don't-
35.
I don't want to go next. I want somebody else to go.
What kept me coming back though with the community is because of the people, and I meet people.
Wow.
Also,
Yeah, we're
also
so
Dead,
good.
also
That's
Deadbeat, also Deadbeat's my favorite.
Oh.
Oh.
When the hell did that happen?
Okay, so obviously with Deadbeat being your favorite, maybe he should go next.
Yeah, Deadbeat
You
should
know?
go next.
God, I can being picked on here.
But Bay, you're really my favorite.
Okay.
Oh, now I'm sad.
Now he's just
Not
very-
like
You guys-
this.
Unloved.
How
Beat.
could you?
You two should
It's on-
fight, host and co-host, and co-host.
Bay
how
Oh, yeah,
dare
wins.
but-
you? How dare you pre-time and get all this shit organized for me? I hate you.
Never doing this again. Do it yourself.
And that was the last we ever saw of Deadbeat. Thank you for coming to the Oast Talk.
I don't
See
know.
you again.
I am
Never.
Wow.
I am your
All
host,
right, maybe
Zeetrot.
Maybe I should go if Deadbeat's not gonna go.
Oh,
Are you gonna go,
um,
Deadbeat?
Oh, I let you about to, but if you want to go, go for it.
I don't. That's why I want you to go.
Deadbeat
Hurry up.
goes.
Wow.
Yeah, I suppose for me, one of the reasons why I was staying around was because I really enjoyed the game just by itself. But when you kind of start getting more involved with the game, you kind of get more involved with the community. And the more you get involved with the community, the more people you meet. And those are the kind of people that keep me coming back for so long.
You're welcome.
I didn't know you at this point, so that's redundant.
Ooh.
I appreciate it though.
I love you, Deadbeat.
Okay, thanks.
No love back.
I love no one.
You see, Deadbeat can't because he's going to get lynched tomorrow if he does.
Yeah.
I want to lie.
But yeah,
He'll,
the
he'll be
more I
alive.
stay,
He'll be barely alive.
yeah, it seems like the longer I stay here, the reason for why I'm staying seems to change.
Same with
Because
me.
it seems to have gone from playing to just like talking to people, to forum moderation, to talking to people, and I mean now I'm doing this and a bunch of other stuff. It
And
seems
talking to
like
people.
it's a never-ending change of why I actually stay here.
Always
And I think
people.
one of the reasons I like staying here is because there's always something new to do as well.
So would you say that OS in a nutshell would be like a good social experience on top of being a decent game?
Yeah, like there are a hell of a lot of people in this game, and a lot of different people to talk to. Some I wish I hadn't, but oh well.
Well, I
deal with
mean,
Would you
it.
I think we all have those people.
Oh
Would
yeah.
you say you use this? Would you say you use OS to socialize more than you do? I don't know. Say social applications.
Hella friends.
For me, yes.
So, OS confirmed better than all social applications. I'm putting it out there now.
I
I
wouldn't
can
use me
back
as an
that
example
up.
to
I
confirm this.
decided
I
not-
really wouldn't.
I
I'm
decided
not-
not to go somewhere today to instead stay here and do this.
You know,
Yeah.
I would say that if the friends list caching was optimized.
Yeah. I wonder if there ever will be a. What is it? 250 is the limit?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
And you push F9 and then everything just lags. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. My friends list is so broken. I have way over 250 friends on it. I don't know how I managed it. And like it'll let me add like 6 or 7 people, then it tells me, "Oh, hey, wait, you might have too many friends. Remove one and we'll let you add 6 or 7 again." And then we'll ask you to remove one more again.
Right.
Remove them, add them back.
So, I believe that explains deadbeats, right?
For most part, I would say. I think
Charles is next.
I think Zeetrot's next.
No, Charles.
I want to hear Lolly's plan.
Or maybe I'm next.
Yeah. who
Nobody's
knows?
next.
Everybody's next. Especially
Nobody
Os.
is next.
Os is gonna be so next and like.
Hello,
Fucking-
Otis. Hello,
I
Otis.
hate you
Please
so
tell
much
me what
for that.
keeps you in the community.
Oh,
Damn it,
you have got to
Zetrot.
be kidding me.
More
You
phones?
have to be kidding me. Yeah.
All
more
right, well
phones.
then I'm going.
Yeah, go ahead. Feel free. I apologize.
That is the phone
people.
call.
Alright, so basically, when I started out, I'd already played stuff like DDR and whatever way back when, and so I see some people playing this clicking game on the YouTube, and I'm like, wow, I gotta try this game out. They're playing Scatman. I wanna play Scatman. And so I get the game, I start playing Scatman. That's a good map. It's good.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, that was great.
Well, it was, what was it, Xtor? Xtor was like way ahead of his time. Anyway, so I realized, man, I want to make some of this stuff just to see if I can like get into level design and game design and just that music and mapping theory. That sort of, it's like a very, very basic level of game design. And so I tried stuff out for a couple years, and I started to get the hang of it, and I would look at what people like, what they don't, assumptions people have, assumptions people don't, and basically the conveyance that you put into a map, like basically readability in the sense that you want somebody to be able to tell what's going on the first time, basically changing the perspective from you putting down stuff to the end user, and that's like a basic stepping stone in game dev. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to basically experiment with mapping and like get a grasp of game design. And so over the years I practiced with that as I like grew up and am now hopefully able to do actual big stuff too. But it was important to see that, and what it was funny is that the reason I'm still here is that all of this game design stuff comes with an interesting side effect, because it also gets you a window of all of the fun little issues that you might run into during game like development. For instance, like the risk of alienating people that you know, the risk of assuming when the truth is not truly what you think it is, poor decisions, that sort of thing. And you get an example of all of that from tons of places. And so what happens is, the reason I'm here is that I get to watch it all happen. And
So you just say over glorified spectator?
Charles, that was deep.
Yeah, for now, right now, yes, I am over glorified spectator, and somebody might come and ask me a question, I'll go blah. But for now, I'm spectating, and it's very interesting. And I'm trying to use what I learn here for like future developments.
Well, that's not bad. I mean, I don't know about other people, but they always say, one of the sayings I hear a lot is, they say you can't learn from anyone else's mistakes but your own, and I just find
That's
that
not
complete...
true.
Yeah,
that
I
is a
find that
lie.
complete-
That is
find
a
that complete
huge lie.
BS.
You learn from your own for sure, but saves you a lot of time if you see somebody else do it first.
I learned not.
Yeah.
I learned not to jump out the window.
It's like
Dang.
for example, yeah, I know. It's like, for example, you're sitting there and you watch someone turn on a stove and they stick their hand on the burner and burn the crap out of their hand. Are you gonna do that after seeing that? No.
Man,
It
that looks like fun.
depends.
Let's try that.
It's like,
Not
that's
that
a
you were
quick
gonna
way to
do that
learn from it.
anyway.
I don't know. Some people probably would.
Yeah, like you.
No,
Burn, baby.
I learned not to.
You learned and then burned.
Yeah. But yeah, Charles, that's actually pretty interesting. You went in pretty depth on how, like as
Yeah.
Kiyanka said, deep. I guess
I
that's,
wanna-
that's
I mean,
Go
I do want to avoid like, specific details and whatnot, but like, if you go into it with looking for trying to improve stuff in like game design, you can get something out of it. You just have to be careful to keep changing your perspective and look at it through different people's eyes and like, what are they thinking right now? Why are they doing this? And try to figure that out so you don't get disillusioned yourself.
Make sure your tastes are always changing.
No, you can like the hard rock. There's nothing wrong with that.
But you have to be open-minded to the new styles still, though.
You have to figure out why people like the other styles, and then figure out if that's wholesome to what you
AR8
pursue.
still always holds a special place in my heart.
Scatman still holds a special place in my heart.
I think speaking of AR, like I've seen people write stuff like, I can't understand why people use AR9. I can't see anything unless I use AR10. And that's because they aren't looking at a perspective of other people. It's very likely that people perceive time a little bit differently than one another, like basically the rate of information. And so AR9 will be a hell of a lot faster feeling to quote unquote slower people. I guess is the right word. And so it's not always that 10 is the perfect thing just because you feel like it, but in fact, you might need to strike a balance in between to try and get everybody.
Yeah, I love how people always flame me for putting on AR8 maps in multiplayer because they can't play
It's
them.
the best.
But it sure is. It's the best.
It's like there's a circle.
10 is my
and
waifu.
There's a circle on the outside and it reaches the center. Look at that. It's
Yeah.
right there. Look at it.
I
I
just
prefer, like,
suddenly
a mix of
imagine like
9, 8
I
or
just
9.
suddenly imagine like a ton of people gathering around watching an approach circle go really slow to the hit circle, and they all freak out as soon as it hits the circle.
Yeah, I mean,
I like using 9 sometimes because I feel like it kind of helps me keep my brain like more aware of what's going on. Because like if you go with like some of the slower approach circles, you feel like you've got more time to think and react. Whereas if you got the faster approach circles, it's more of just like a quick reaction, and it just, I don't know, it feels like it just helps me keep more active and stuff.
well, it's like
pretty-
the less objects on screen, the more you could focus on them. But for some people, they could actually, like, for people that use the easy mod successfully and full combo it,
Hi, Bagel
it's
Lord.
just, yeah, it's like their perspective on how to play it is greatly different than yours. As you're using reaction and just like raw eyesight, they might just be looking at it as a whole.
Sometimes
Yeah.
my hands just go and they don't stop.
Yeah. And
I have to say, if you have like if you start looking at maps like in a game like analysis standpoint, it starts to become harder to play the game. It makes it easier in some ways. Like I can read a cluttered mess and like play it properly, which is why I bubble Hollow Wings maps. Ayo! Right, but I like them. I can play them. They're fun. But I
Circle
can't
size
play
too.
certain maps because I assume something is going to happen and it doesn't, and it screws me up. And so these assumptions that I'm making on a map will cause me to make mistakes. And it's frustrating. Like, I had this happen a while back on, Mitten's gonna get a kick out of this, MMZZ. The Milky Ice Bear map. The Sinks Insane on that has AR8, and I was expecting it to not have any slider stream jumps at the time. And as soon as I played it, I messed up the very beginning. Because at the time, AR8 denoted no slider stream jumps.
Yeah. Like, you know how I feel about the whole slider stream jump shit.
You're just
Begin with,
mad
like-
that you can't do it. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not even that I
You're
can't
just
do
mad
it.
that you suck.
No,
No,
he's
it's not
no.
even that.
It's a philosophy behind sliders and the leniency inherent in them, whether it belongs in a rhythm game or not.
Yeah, and like I understand, like I'm not so much of a dick to be like, no, I will not allow it. Like that's not what I'm there for. But it's still like I see some of these newer maps, and it makes me sad because there's no way half these maps could even remotely be full combo material if it was even just slightly adjusted.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
how
but they're not
It feels-
designed. They're designed around the current adjustment.
Yeah,
You can't really make that comparison because the game isn't designed like that.
I know, but I'm just so used to, like, I came from like a 2 or 3 year
Oh,
history
yeah,
from
yeah.
the DS game, and they were not. I mean, they were still lenient, but not nearly as they are today. Like literally, you can go all over the place with sliders and still manage to get a full combo double S, just because the way they're designed and how they play.
Speaking of the
And-
DS games, I actually when I was in Australia, I actually went back and played the Elite Beat Agents game.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the first time playing the Hard Rock difficulty. I remember thinking, oh man, everything's so fast.
Oh yeah.
And I went back and it's like, holy shit, this is so slow.
I still have this
Yeah.
game for the DS. It was awesome. And I actually played it before joining OS.
The thing
I
is,
like
is
to
that
think everyone has.
games have to be designed around their length, and a game like this lasts like years upon years, but the Elite Beat Agents is supposed to last like a week, probably, if you
Yeah.
really think about it at the end of the day. So what happens is that they need to have their learning curve in a day. And then you can like play the game entirely in after that. But in a game like this, your learning curve is
Forever.
months, and for a lot of people years, until you can get to a point where you can play stuff. And a lot of people will just go, nah, screw it to that point. So it's
Yeah.
like, it's different. So the higher end on this is always going to be way more than on the DS.
Yep. All right. Well, that was a very scientific analysis of why Charles stays here, and that was brought to you by 445, the Science Guy.
I feel like I wasn't good enough at what I was explaining.
That's all right. Charles always does that. So
It made me fall asleep.
Thank you. I'll be here all day.
Good morning, lovely friend.
all
Mhm.
right. So Pan or Lolliplant, which one of you guys want to take the reins next?
Why not you?
I can
I'm
go next. I can go
I'm
next.
saving myself for the last.
Oh.
But
When's next?
my background is not as scientific as Charles' one, but
Mhm.
I come from Counter-Strike. Yeah, I know it's a bit cliche, but it's
Hey,
been a
Counter-Strike's
different
cool.
time. You know, it's
Just
yeah.
let go.
like 17 years ago, and yeah, I started even before there was Steam and anything. Started to play shooters on PC, and you know, after Counter-Strike 1.6, there was nothing I could really play anymore. So I never made the jump to Counter-Strike Source or anything of the newer stuff. I never got into Call of Duty or anything like that. And when I joined the military, I didn't have enough time to play any games anyway. So when I had the time to play anything again, I was just reading a gaming blog called Kotaku. Maybe some of you know it. And back in the day, it still was
Ew.
quite good.
I know.
Nowadays
okay.
it's
oh,
not.
We're on the same page. All right, good, cool, guy. Continue.
And back when they still had these, magenta and green layout, the classic one. And they had an article featuring O's, and they had a YouTube video of someone playing the hardest difficulty of the Super Mario theme.
Rolls map, nice.
Yeah, road map. And I was looking at the video and I saw, great, where can I get the game? And I just downloaded the game and started playing this map over and over again.
It's almost like it has that many million plays for a reason.
Yeah. And I couldn't really get into it, so I managed to pass the easiest difficulty back then. And I tried to do normal and then hard, and I couldn't even survive the first 15 seconds of the hard difficulty. And then I stopped playing it for a while. And after a few weeks, I just looked around for some new maps, some new songs to play. And I got stuck on God Knows, is it? Yeah, it was God Knows. The Harui ending, or a song.
Was it
And this
don't
was
remember who mapped
the
that.
first map I ever FC'd in this game. And from this moment on, I just started to, just download everything I could and just try to play every map at least once. And when they introduced the achievements, I started just to do all the achievements, like the gaming achievement and the LOLs packs and all that stuff. And you know, there was some crazy shit like these the McDonald's map, the You and Owen
Oh man.
remix.
Was it
The ranking one?
The ranking.
yeah, the Ronald one. And back in the day, I thought, who's able to play this shit? It's impossible. And yeah, just like half a year later, I could also play this one. And that was the start. And sometimes I was just moaning about some maps getting ranked, and I thought to myself, who ranks this shit? It's not a good map. Who does this shit?
No.
And from this point on, I thought just complaining about stuff is, you know, everyone can complain about stuff, but actually changing something is a different story. So that was when I started to get into modding beat maps at first. And I had a few people who tried to teach me how to do it. One of them was Card and Force and Moonshade, and later on Garvin. And on that route, I just got better and better at it. And then I was offered a position in the mapping
Z-Shot.
assistant team.
Hold me back. I want to beat the shit out of it.
it's
Why?
okay. It's
Why would
Back
okay.
in the freezer for you, Charles.
Why would you?
Charles has these little irks that when people say certain names that he has rebuttals to, he wants to rebuttal.
Yeah, I
it's
know,
not,
I know.
No, it's not certain names.
That's
it's...
why we keep him in the freezer.
No, it's just like man, this sucks. I want to make this not happen. I'm like, well, what?
No, it's not that
gotta
I
make
don't
it
want to
better.
make it happen. I want to,
I know. What
just
you're saying.
have a say in it, just to see different perspectives on why this is getting ranked. Is this even
Yeah.
correct?
And then you get.
Are
in
there
and you're like,
people who like this shit?
and you get in and you're like, oh god.
Yeah, exactly. And that was like the long and boring story how I ended up being a butt back in the day. And from this point on, it was just, the community, like the team, the people I was working with, and not only the people I was working with, but like everyone around it just became so much more important aspect of the overall package of this game. It was not just the gameplay and the maps and the technicalities, but it was also like a social aspect, and this was getting bigger and bigger the more I got involved. And right now it makes like 90% of what keeps me in this game.
Yeah. I would say OS is probably its pinnacle peak. Like, I don't want to like
Pinnacle
down
peak?
it and say like okay, like this is the best it's ever been, and I don't want to say that it's not gonna get better, but like it's really hard to go any higher than it already is. You know?
I would
like,
say player-wise, yes.
yeah. Like, I mean, functionality-wise, it could definitely leaps and bounds. It can continue to grow indefinitely. Really, it could always be improved upon. But
Forever
it's like,
growing.
in terms of like players and what's going on and how involved the community is, I think we're at an all-time high.
Yeah.
Really? I don't think
think
so.
I think mapping-wise, it's taking a bit of a dip, I would say.
Oh yeah.
I think so
Oh,
too with that.
In the sense that the people who knew how to hold it down were chased off by people who didn't.
It's not a good thing.
That could open up a whole can of worms that I think would be better for a talk where we're a little bit meaner.
I mean, should we be name calling?
No,
No.
never. You never ever name call.
We
Well-
did it, but there's times before when we
Okay,
did.
Only
That's
if it's
different.
funny.
Yeah, that's different.
And only if the people involved, like,
So
you can
after,
talk.
after
like,
this is
full
over,
disclosure,
we
you
can
can-
insult anybody we want.
You can talk shit about me on the show when I'm not here, whenever you want. I won't care. Right?
Wow, Charles is such a... Charles.
Well,
He
you can
belongs
talk
in
shit
the
about me
freezer.
as long as I am here. I don't care. I'm not scary as some other people who are not to be named.
You walk in the other room. Oh hey.
No, I don't have a problem with people having a problem with me. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's one thing I feel like has improved. Like, I've been here for 7 years, and one thing I could say is I seriously believe that we've improved upon the fact that people will let themselves be known if they feel something's wrong. Beforehand, if, like, stuff was going bad and, like, it was generally accepted as going bad, like, nobody would say anything. And then we'd wait till somebody with the same standard would catch up to it and be like, hey, that's not right. And then everybody that was agreeing with the fact that it's not right would be like, finally, somebody with sense. And it's not even that. I just think the lack of communication back then. And I'm not saying that it's super improved, but it's a lot better. I do see more people questioning stuff and asking why. And that is something I feel that should always have been done from the very beginning. Back in the day, we used to see a lot of modders that would they'd get a huge mod on their post, and they just accept all the changes.
I think
And
it's
they
easier
just-
now with having a larger community, though.
Yeah, they just go with the motions, Well, okay, I need to fix this, and then I get a cute little fluffy icon on the top of my map. Nowadays, I think it's great. Some people are like, oh no, it's just more drama, but I like the fact that the mappers are going, well, wait a second. Just explain to me why this isn't okay.
Well, who
And
cares
I
about
wanna-
drama?
I wanna have your optimism, but when I do that, somebody keeps holding it back, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, but like,
That needs to stop.
Well, yeah, of course, I agree it needs to stop, but like, you can't just force people. Like, people are gonna do how they do. You know, you can't change how
Yeah,
somebody's
but-
gonna react.
Like I'm saying, it's a perspective thing. Like you have to if somebody is having if two people are having a perspective clash, like one person sees one thing and another person sees another, you come in and you try to show everybody both sides what's going on. And if that doesn't work, then you're still at a standstill because one wasn't able to see the other perspective.
Yeah. If it can't be shown in practice why it's a good thing, and it can't be explained that why it's a bad thing, then I really think at that point it's moot. And if it's not affecting any of our written rules, it shouldn't really be brought upon.
Well, the written rules are stupid. Anyway, whoa.
Oh boy.
Right.
Oh no. But no, I agree with you. Like, I don't say that they're stupid, as you would say, but
They're
I
just
do.
inaccurate.
I do feel
They're not
like there's
actually
some that
the
can be
rules.
worked on.
The
No.
rules ain't the rules, man.
The rules ain't the rules right now.
It's bad when you could go in there and like find somebody that's trying to
Take a drink every time the rule isn't the actual rule that's currently being enforced.
I would be dead.
Mhm.
Alcohol poisoning.
Rip in pieces, put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
There's not
Anyways,
enough room in here.
Yeah, Charles takes up the whole freezer.
That
I don't
mean-
think I'd want to be
But
that
if you
close
go in
to
the
Charles.
freezer, then I'm coming in the freezer too.
I don't think
I
I'd
think
want to
we
be
need a
that
bigger
close.
freezer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we do.
Charles is
I don't
already
think I'd
dead
wanna
on
be
the
that close.
inside.
To damn.
But soft
but-
on the outside.
He's got cats. He can't
Silky
be
smooth.
completely dead. He has cats. He's a cat owner. He can't be completely dead on the inside. His cats fill the void.
Are you saying that my cats are like inferior?
No, I'm just
How
saying.
did you
cat
get to
people-
that?
Cat people usually, you know, if they
Cat
have
people-
more than
You're
one
a cat person.
Cat people
Yeah.
usually have a 1 in 3 infection in their brains that causes them to act very strangely.
Oh God.
Well,
Anyways.
I have 9 right now.
Moving on.
All right.
I'm just screwing with you. It
anyways,
doesn't do anything.
All right, Lolly Flam, we're gonna get to you because we're already over for our community questions. Community's probably like, "Hey, aren't we supposed to be able to talk yet?" So,
Nope,
we'll
we
go
still
ahead.
have Liliflun, and then we have you.
No, man, I don't want to talk.
All right.
Oh.
Let's see.
All right,
No,
then
you-
next.
Wait, Lolly Flam, you ain't gonna say anything.
I'm joking.
Okay, I was about to say, like, congratulations, Lolly Flam. Our
Did
fucking...
you actually thought I was gonna do that?
Well, you've done it before.
I
was
wouldn't be
just gonna say-
surprised. To be honest, I wouldn't be
What?
surprised.
When?
We've had you on the talk a couple times, and I asked you to talk, and you're like, "Nah, I'm just gonna chill and listen."
Yeah,
But
that's
it's cool.
happened.
I don't
You're-
remember that. When?
That's bad that you can't remember that.
I apologize for your lack of memory. I think your diseases have caused your brain to start deteriorating.
What diseases?
We could run it.
You
through-
being sick all the time?
I'm not sick all the time.
You
Anyway,
are
Lolly
like
Flam.
extremely
Yeah, please
sick.
just continue with the discussion for now.
Yeah. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite breakfast food?
No.
Off topic. So, Os. The game that I don't want to be. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. The game that changed my life. I know
Oh
it
boy.
sounds-
Whoa.
I know it sounds crazy. When I look at it, back then, what was I doing anyway? Nowadays, almost every day. Sometimes you just gotta take a break for 1 or 2 days, okay? But almost every day, I'm doing something on OS. There's always something to do, and most people can just leave a community because they have nothing to do. Well, here it's a whole different story. There's always something to do. I'm involved in quite a lot of things. There's community events. There's a lot of people to talk to. Oh, sorry, private messages. Forums, moderation. Sorry guys, brain fart.
No problem.
I haven't had a lot of sleep.
So many
loves the
things to
community.
do. Let's breathe.
He's in love with the community so much he's talking to him right now.
Yeah, kinda. It's hard.
The
It's kind of
co-
hard.
the
It's kind
entire-
of hard to multitask right now.
The entire community condensed into a very small TeamSpeak server.
Oh no, I'm talking about.
I know.
He's talking.
It's
Damn
okay.
it,
I have
Charles.
had connection with the community too. I just got a forum private message to time a map that's a marathon that's 15 minutes long.
Mod
Oh,
my
that
map,
sounds fun.
Charles.
It's
No, joking. I don't have one.
like, hey, we wanna approve this, but we can't because nobody knows if this 15 minutes is correct. Shit.
And let's not forget playing the game. Actually, even though I've never quit the game itself. Never left the community, but I have quit playing the game itself. Just
How many
Sure.
times?
Oh, interesting question. Well, one time it was I left standard, then I started Catch the Beat, then I left Catch the Beat. Then Mania. I haven't left Mania, but now I started standard. It's like a constant back and forth. I never actually stop.
So you quit, but you never quit.
Yes.
It sounds like you just switched game modes.
Yes.
It sounds that right, really.
He's got the eye of the tiger, guys. He wants to be the very best.
No, I
When-
actually
when-
suck at everything.
When Mania showed up, I was like, oh, I can play this. Let's play some Mania, and I
And then
focused on that.
Charles became like top 100 at the end.
No,
I was top 50 at first.
well, right when it came out.
Yeah, when nobody played.
Damn.
Let me enjoy my 1 week of fame.
Hey, Zootrot, you're ranked 300. Congratulations.
Man, that was a low blow.
Well,
My
no, that was a
feels.
that was a callback to a previous episode, man.
Oh, I know.
You got to
But-
do those every once in a while.
Yeah, being 300 was great.
I
No.
insult you like all the time for your rank. I remember when you were like 500s like
No.
in score, and I passed you, and I was like, oh, I passed that one guy that does the stuff.
I'll tell you what I get a kick out of when like switching game modes and such is that if you come from another game mode and you kind of know how to play a game mode, people will immediately assume that you know what you're doing. I have no idea what I'm doing in Mania. You
Yep.
ask me to look at a map, I go, I can play it. I don't get it. It's that sort of thing. So
Actually, when we were when was
I still get
Blah,
asked.
blah, blah,
I still
blah.
get asked to mod people's maps, and
nice.
I don't even mod.
They sort by rank, user rank, and then they like start from the top.
I still get asked. People are like, "You were such a high rank. You mod my map."
wow.
Sounds legit.
People go my
I-
profile. Oh, this guy's got a colored name. Maybe rank 10k. Nope. He won't know anything. He must be new.
Charles
Yeah.
made me swallow my drink rug, and I almost died.
Darn.
Anyways, though, Lolly Plan, so you'd say that just like overall, the fact that you stay here is just because there's never a lack of anything to do.
Not only that, the game is awesome and it's exciting. Plus, I have always cool stuff to look forward to.
Would you say? No, that's bad. I'm gonna not even. I'm not even gonna bring. that up.
I know what you're thinking of.
Okay, but
Keep it a,
anyways,
keep it a secret.
alright. Anywho, is there anything else you want to add on that, or am I gonna wrap this up with my big long, over, blowhard, winded story?
I'm so happy
Is it gonna be?
to
is
be
it-
able to
Yeah.
talk
Is
and
it gonna
help
be
the
harder than
people.
Charles?
And I love to host this show. And
Shut up, Charles.
I love talking. My friends are here.
Dude,
Somebody's
your
stuff them in the
softness is
freezer.
showing.
Alright, you can start Z-Shot. I'll get the
Okay.
popcorn.
Oh boy. Anyways,
Can you get me some as well?
Me too.
so glad
Who wants
everybody just wants to eat.
pancakes?
But no,
I ate already.
with how my
Lame.
with how stuff got started for me, most people know I've been here for quite a long time. I can't say that I've been here since the beginning because I came like 6 or 7 months before the beginning, maybe like a little bit later. It was in 2007. I got in the very beginning of 2008 in February. And for me, what kept me around for the longest period of time was the multiplayer. and I noticed nobody else said that, but I lived in multiplayer for like my first year of the game. I didn't care about talking to people. I was literally just engrossed in the gameplay and the fact that it was
Wait. There's single player?
Yeah, they're single player.
Oh, I never knew.
It's
How come your name is red? Mine's like been orange this whole time. Like,
oh, don't even get me started on that, because
what is green? I don't understand this mod ding.
Don't even get me started on that,
Mod-ding.
because we were like literally orange back in the day. Like,
Yeah,
literally.
I mean-
Didn't there used to be
mean-
like different shades of red and orange?
No,
Yeah.
Zitro would
Yeah,
like
you-
flip
yeah.
between two. But I'm talking about like on the players list, your color would be
Yeah.
like orange all the time or yellow.
Yeah. I didn't know any of that stuff, and like I just played multi for a long time, and then I finally got around to trying the mapping thing, and I was bad. I was really bad at it. I mean, the only experience
It's
I'd
okay.
had previous.
Everybody was bad too.
Yeah, it was. It, like literally nobody really ripped you out back in the day because nobody knew what the hell they were doing. Like the people that did know about the game, like the way it was set up and the tools and shit, I knew nothing about this and snap, none of that. I just started slapping stuff on there, and it was pretty bad. But I remember how I got the game to begin with, though, is I actually got it on a flash drive because I wasn't the computer I had at my home couldn't run it right away. The DirectX and OpenGL backwards compatibility stuff hadn't even been thought of yet. So I had to play it over at my friend's house for a while, and I just did it with a flash drive. But it was fun, and then when I got into mapping, that consumed a lot of my time. Back when mod was mod, not mod help, I just sit in there, and we just talk about maps and create them, and our stuff was god-awful. I don't know how many times I made a map and never uploaded it just because it was bad, but back then, it didn't feel like it was such an effort. Nowadays, like if you make something and nobody looks at it, it's just like, at least the way I feel about it, it's like, well, why even bother with it? And back
I
then,
really miss mod.
yeah, back then you could literally, just throw up a map and get some kind of feedback on it and see what happened. But also back then, because I didn't know what I was doing, I usually listened to any type of feedback I got, and looking back at all the older maps now, I don't know if that really helped it, made it worse, or what. But there's really no point in worrying about stuff like that. In terms of what kept me around after I stopped playing, mapping, obviously. And then later on down the line, I got added to the team, just like everyone else here. And that was fun. And then lovely community drama. And then there for a while, I actually don't think I was a very friendly person in terms of community. Like, I was not very liked.
You want to have
quite
some
some
fun?
time.
I kind of want to disagree with it because I personally don't think I've seen you. Oh, I've seen you like angry or not really like seeming approachable once, and
Well,
that
you
was
did-
for a really good reason.
Yeah.
Do you want-
obviously,
Zitro, do
didn't
you want
see
me to
the-
back you up, or do you not?
Well, you could definitely back me up. The glorious age of Pasonia and the fucking
Oh, but not
God.
going back
That
to the dark
MP3,
ages,
that
really.
MP3 is still there. That MP3 is still
Yeah.
there.
like. I mean, guaranteed,
good.
I was not the best person.
No, but that was funny, and people were siding with you on that one. I'm talking about like the stuff with like gold dust and.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, I've been a dick before.
I
mean,
still
I
remember how you
definitely-
ranked Gold Dust. That was epic.
Yeah. I just kind of walked in there. Woo!
I've seen enough people complete this map. Oh, here, have it ranked.
I hate everything about this map, but I guess I'll push it forward, just like Dragon.
Yeah, and we'll see. The thing is like I'm not gonna sit there and lie and say I enjoy something if I don't enjoy it. But I'm not going to say that, oh hey, it's completely unplayable garbage because I don't like it. That's not right.
Wasn't it you that ended up ranking the Big Black?
No.
Okay,
I
now
don't
that map
think so.
is bad. That's
Yeah.
that's
I thought
a
it was
problem.
you. I thought it was you that ended up ranking it, or you bubbled it.
Yeah.
Somebody check.
I don't know if I messed with the Big Black at all. It's just like with maps like that, stuff that I don't like. Didn't I help you get Dragons approved at some point?
Yeah,
Carl?
and then after you tried to find a reason to unrank it and you couldn't find one.
Yeah. Like I don't like
Sick
stuff
burns.
like that, but I'm not gonna like. Hey,
He was so mad. He's like, "Damn it! How come there's nothing wrong?"
like it's.
Are
It
you
was so
serious?
funny. Yes, it was great.
It was just
That
over the
sounds
top
beautiful.
for being the sake of over the top, in my opinion.
No,
but
bullshit.
I'm not gonna.
The map
I'm
is
not gonna
beautiful.
hold
It was
I'm not
made as like I'm just gonna fuck it around, and it worked.
It's a
Yeah.
good map though, Charles.
It's not something I'd hold against it. Like, just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's not right. And I think that's something that I wish more modders that are in the position to help people
Yeah.
would like look at.
Speaking of, I do kind of have something to ask you along that. Is how do you feel about people that won't mod maps that are like certain, like won't mod maps that are certain genres? Like some people won't mod anime.
I can answer.
Some people don't mod English.
I can answer that.
I'll let Charles answer that, but I just want to say on general principle is you can't force people to do something they don't want to do. If that's
Right.
not their cup of tea, that they're not going to do it. But Charles will probably give you a better explanation there.
Right. So here's the deal.
Here
People
we go.
want to shape what goes into the game, and oftentimes they're going to want to see more of the stuff that they like. It's very unlikely that they're going to want to actively one-to-one participate in pushing something forward that they themselves are not going to enjoy, as it often is very painful for them to do so. Like, let's say somebody who only enjoys anime and stuff being sent a rock and roll song. One, they won't be able to contribute their own mentality to their mods, in the sense that they're not the desired target audience to begin with. Their feedback wouldn't be as important because at the end of the day, they're not the ones who are going to be playing it in the first place. And so it would be detrimental for them to give feedback, and they wouldn't like doing it, and chances are you wouldn't like getting their feedback.
Place new
Yeah.
combo here.
Remove new combo. Add clap. Remove clap.
How do you
Move
feel?
finish
Okay.
from Slider Head.
How do you feel about also like the threads that people say post the kawaii anime girl and I'll
Oh,
like the
I'm
map
gonna.
for you.
Oh,
No, okay,
oh.
you have to understand the player base is dominantly those who enjoy watching.
Weebs.
Well, sure, but it's people who want to watch, the TV shows, and they're getting them music and they like the openings. And
We don't need 10
you've
Attack
got
on
an
Titan
age,
openings,
you've got an
though.
age range between like 12 and 17.
You're gonna
I
get
would
slapped.
say I would say the age range is in between 12 and 17, and so that's right around the age where you're watching the
Huh?
Crunchy Rolls.
Huh? Huh?
What?
Nothing. She said
Crunchyroll
Attack
said-
on Time.
Crunchyroll's such a bad site anyway.
It is. It is.
Let's not even go on that though. I think
Right.
think that's getting way too far.
That's a completely irrelevant tangent. But yeah, you just have to you can't get mad at
Charles,
them
let's talk
because
about this later.
you have to, because it comes with a package. It's like, of course you're going to have that. That's what this game is, if you think about it.
Everybody is weebs.
Yes. And I have to remind myself that every day. I'm like, why are you making these anime? Oh,
Konnichiwa senpai.
it's like, you
Please
can't say
notice
that.
me.
You're not oh. And then I realized they're just trying to get into the groove. Blech.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
you turn into a crotchety old man at the age of 21. It's pretty fun.
All right.
Charles
so-
is my favorite crotchety old man.
Oh God.
Can I be one as
Anyway.
well?
No neckbeards or crotchety old men or Ben Gay for any of you.
Only Charles.
What about me?
Only Charles.
Okay.
God
You're
damn
The
a
it.
rules
tiger.
have been
You can surround
decided.
whitey
Only
people.
Charles.
Freezer Bengay.
God. Anyways,
For a real
alright.
freezer burning sensation.
Oh man.
Is it
I hate
time
you.
for user questions yet?
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
do that.
It's definitely time for
Since
user
I'm
questions.
talking, do you still want me to send the questions to you, or do you want me to read them?
Or
you
you can
can-
say them aloud, I bet. Oh,
Like
you
the
can
did you
people
guys
read
get?
that want text questions.
Oh.
Start
Well,
sending
yeah.
me your questions. Let's
I haven't
go.
been here. I want to read them.
Oh, well,
No,
Kianko
I
normally
can-
does it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I
well, like,
normally don't talk though.
if it's Kianko, then do Kianko. But
Send
Alright.
me all
I
your
could-
questions. Let's go.
I do want to put on like a faux dramatic voice. Like, you have to basically assign a voice to somebody who isn't having one right now. I want to
Mhm.
assign a faux voice that is very dramatic for no reason. And ideally, the questions would be stupid, so it would sound funny.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
L-
I don't know
let's-
then. I'm getting questions. What do I?
Let's trade off.
Okay. Okay. That means hold on. Let me open the chat for Charles.
Yeah. So yeah, I was about to say.
Okay,
so
the-
you could send.
Boom.
Okay, there we go. The first question I got was from Burai, and his question is, where do you see mapping going in the years to come?
Nowhere.
Always down. Always down.
Okay.
Wow,
That's a
bunch of
really
negative
negative
Nancy
view,
guys.
No, 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 no. I keyed.
Mapping is going to
Okay.
go into a point where it's in order to please the particularly, I guess, higher up ranges of the gameplay, in the sense that people want to watch these titans get better and better and better and better and better. They go on the Twitch, they watch it on the live streams, they put the kappas in the chat. They want to see other people getting better. And so what will happen is, it's already huge, but the demand for over-the-top, ridiculously difficult maps is going to go even higher than it already is. And what that means is that there's going to be less and less people who can actually play them and tell whether they're good or not. And so what it'll end up being is that you'll run into a point where some of the maps are just absolutely terrible because nobody could tell whether they were any good or not. And then you'll have people going, I can't even play this game anymore, this sucks, and then you'll have it gradually going back down to the more easier, more playable stuff.
That's 100% on point.
And so it's like a waveform. It goes up and down, up and down. And we're on the rise right now. So you might not get the feels in the maps. You might not get the stuff that's like trying to be emotionally powerful in a map right now, but you might
have those
in a
feels
couple
for all
years.
those for all those like 2009, 2000.
Well, there's a couple of maps that were meant to mess with your head, and I haven't seen very many of them recently. There are some in the works, but not very many. Like a really good example for people who haven't played it: turn off the background dim, turn on the storyboard, and play through Die. The very first time you play that map is remarkable. It's fantastic.
Which difficulty of it?
Any of them. Die
Is it the die I'm thinking of, or is it like
It is the Megarine Die.
the Megarine Luca?
I don't remember the mapper. It's
I
fantastic.
know a map you mean though. A map that holds a special place in me just because I love how it plays is the map Stirring in Autumn Moon. It's a Dark Phoenix song, and it was _lollipop that mapped it. I think the hardest difficulty. It's AR8, but it flows so nicely.
Yeah. Now what's good is that just in games and in general, people will always enjoy something that is like emotionally charged. So those maps won't go away. It just might be a while before we see them again.
I feel like also with new things that might get added, you'll also always see a hiccup. Like say for example, and I'm not trying to put this out there that it's going to happen, but say for example something major does happen to mapping and a new type of feature is added or something. You have to understand, hypothetically, like say for example tomorrow, you were able to freely control AR on each individual circle. Not saying that's something that would happen, but what would happen with that is you'd have this slew of maps that just did it piss poor
Horribly wrong,
because
yeah.
they literally don't know what they're doing. But as time goes on, you'll start to see it used in practice better and better and better and better, you know? And I think that's what will happen. As new mappers are getting into the game, you're going to have to deal with that wave of meh. And once they figure out what it is that people like, then you start to see a rise. And like Charles said, we're kind of on a rise at the moment, but it's like waves. It'll go up and down.
Oh, I guess, and for the last example I would give for an emotional map that is still popular now would be Rose, definitely. That map is designed to take off at a certain point and just be extremely difficult without being over the top, and it's a very delicate balance. Is good. Anyway.
There was this one that I played just a while ago. I can't remember the name of it, but it was really fun, and like somebody told me it was really hard, and it is, but it's like a rock remix of this that song that goes like dun 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 dun.
Oh no, and it just speeds up, and I bet the timing's off.
The timing doesn't feel too off. I was doing all right with it, but it could be. Who knows?
All right, because that stuff's hard. Shoot. All right.
You know?
Let's move on to the next question. I have it because Gunko sent it to me. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
No problem, baby.
True Noodle asks, I'd like to ask, did any of you ever invite a friend? Smiley face.
Oh
I
yeah.
have no friends.
Okay, I have, but one of them plays offline on his tablet, and the other one, because her laptop couldn't run the game, she could never get in her account, and the account just ended up being wiped. There are
Bark, bark.
I know, I don't know what they're barking at. There's probably something out. They're probably barking at people walking down the road or something, because that happens all the time. But like, there's a few people that I have invited, but actually, there's somebody I did get into the game a few years ago, but sadly nobody knows like if he's even said person's even still alive or not. They randomly left, but somebody I knew on YouTube for quite a few years, I got into playing a game, and he became super popular in the community super fast, and then just disappeared.
Well, my saying on it, as I've invited tons of friends to this game, but have any of them actively stayed? No.
Get
And
closer to
Same
your
thing with-
microphone, buddy.
Same thing with mine.
My apologies. One of my friends that actually was around, I won't say too much about it, but Charles is going to get this. Inside joke. Sorry, guys. One of my friends was a very talented artist, and he played actively for quite some time, and then he just kind of stopped, and it made me really sad. Do you know the artist that I'm talking about, Charles?
Probably. I assume it's the same one that we were
Yep.
talking. Yeah,
It's the same
Nice.
guy.
Awesome. All right. Yes. Trying to figure
Yeah.
that one out, guys. I'm pretty sure it's involved in something Zetrot's worked on at some point.
Yeah.
You just gotta go
let's
find
not.
that.
Let's not. Anyway.
No, somebody will. Somebody will.
Oh, of course, somebody will. And then all hell's gonna break loose.
No.
Oh no.
Anyway, yeah. Oh, I guess I should add to that. A couple people I see sometimes they'll log on and play a bit and then log off, but not like hardcore. I had some.
Oh wait,
I had a
there
friend,
is somebody I did get into it in real life that still
crap,
plays.
I forgot.
There's
Yeah,
one that still plays.
My boy Snickers. He has a hard diff that he mapped for my Heaven set. Yeah, I got him in. I think I got him into the game. I might not have. I don't remember, but we knew each other from years ago.
Quick question, Charles.
Yeah.
Kind of personal. Did you ever show Alpha Tree this game? Or Holiest Cow?
No,
Whatever
no.
you want to call him?
Are
Why
you kidding?
not?
He would not like it.
Oh. Frowny face. Alright. Anywho.
I know him well enough to know that he wouldn't.
There is,
And-
if you see somebody that calls me out in hash oath and says very bad things to me, that's probably the person in real life that I know in real life that has stayed.
I'll be sure to keep an eye on this person.
Alright.
That
Anyways,
kills him.
Anybody else have anybody that
I
they've ever
do
invited to the
have
game?
another. I thought.
Not
I thought you
really.
meant it was time for the next
New
question. So I have
question.
the next question.
Okay.
Fun
By the
fact.
time I kind of got to
Hold up.
us, most of the people I knew
Fun-
IRL had already
Dude!
joined the bandwagon.
Yes.
I
Oh, never mind. There's actually only one person who, well, technically he ran into a problem with his account. He thought he would not play the game, and there were kinds of shenanigans, and now he wants to come back, and guess what?
It's banned.
Yes.
Dang.
He's waiting for...
It's harsh.
blah,
Send
blah,
an
blah.
send an email to Ephemeral.
Or accounts at ppy.sh.
Same
Tech
Already
thing.
support.
Already did that. Still
Like,
waiting
I
on
do
that.
For how
Dude,
long?
I feel so bad for that freaking support line. There's so many goddamn Anyway.
Alright. So what's the next question?
Okay,
Bianca?
the next question is from Rinse or Rinse. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Reens.
Reens. Their question is, do you think halftime is useful for seeing if your map plays well if it's above your level of playing?
Ooh.
Mm,
Ooh.
I want to hear Charles's answer on this.
Ooh, that is a touchy question because there are some shenanigans you can pull off that only works in a slow environment. The thing is that if you can't play something that's particularly fast, chances are the people up there can't dilly-dally around either. They have to be very focused on it. And if you slow something down with halftime, you have an opportunity to mess around. Like, you can twirl your cursor about and do whatever you want, even though it was originally harder than what you'd anticipate. So I don't really think that it would be that accurate. Double timing it would
Mm-mm.
definitely be fine because it's always easier to do something slower. But half timing something hard, I wouldn't recommend it.
I think that's one of those things where it kind of falls in the line that if we had the ability to adjust playback rates, that might be something you could test, but halftime itself is way too slow.
Although I don't map, I have tested some maps for people, and there was a map somebody gave me, and I did try to do it there was a map somebody gave me, and I'm pretty sure it was a joke map, but it was excruciatingly hard to, impossible to play the hardest difficulty, and I tried to put it on halftime, but trying to, analyze the stuff was not any sort of way placed for legitimate gameplay. It felt like everything was just randomly, scattered around just to make it
It'll
really
halftime
hard.
will get you a general idea of if the person is trying to mess with you or not.
Yeah, because
But
I'm pretty
as
sure by
for-
that hard, I mean, because all the other difficulties, I mean, playing them normal played nice, but the hardest one just seemed like a troll difficulty because it was just stuff randomly placed everywhere.
As for a mapping aid, I would be careful with that. It's risky. Like I have a map that I'm working on that's like 200 BPM and I can't play it, not very well at least. But I'm avoiding halftime because it'll be totally skewed. All right.
I think if you can't play a map, but you are able to at least determine a certain structure the map is following, and you can see patterns that are matching the music the map is trying to, push you through, then chances are the map is probably good.
Good enough usually, but there
Or
are
good enough,
things
yeah.
that look there are lots of things that look fine that are actually not. There's a couple of fun tricks. All right. I think that kind of covers that. Kyoko, send me the fourth. Oh, there it is.
I already did send you one.
Hey.
No,
All right. I know who
Is
this
no
is.
one actually wanting to speak their questions?
They've all been typed to me, so they've all had their questions typed to me so far.
I do want to hear this question's voice though. So.
I do too.
Who asked it?
Hane.
Hane.
Hane asked a question.
Ah.
Can we get it unmuted, please?
Well, it depends on if they want to.
Oh. Oh.
They're
Yes.
technically unmuted now.
Oh,
if they want to.
she just told me that she can't speak.
Oh.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Then I will read the question. Hane asks,
Sorry.
have you ever met someone in real life after first meeting them? How was it? Do you still keep in touch?
I got to meet. I met iMuffin and I met JJ Rocks at BronyCon in 2013. I don't really talk to Muffin anymore, but I still do get to talk to JJ. I wish I talked to Muffin more.
I think iMuffin being at BronyCon is the most amusing thing.
It was amazing. I mean, I didn't expect him to be as short as he was, and I was like,
Yeah,
I thought to myself, I'm like, he really is only like 2 inches taller than me. But he's like perfect, like same height, slightly taller height, like hugging size.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
there
ahead,
you go.
David. Oh, well, okay, never mind. I will then.
I think I've
I've
also indirectly met a few people because there's some people that have because my name on my badge is when I go to conventions, my name's always Kyoko Hizara on my badge, and there's some people that have pointed out my name, and I think it's like I've indirectly met quite a few people.
Yeah. People I've actually met myself I've also met iMuffin, and I've also met Neko Roll, and I met them.
They come over.
I met them in 2012 at Texas, and we went to Six Flags.
They come over.
It was great.
They come over.
I was so close to Charles, he could taste it.
They come over.
I was getting a bit worried.
They come over.
We literally thought about going down there and bum rushing you, Charles. And
Why
then
didn't
it was
you
like,
go
No,
get
I
him?
know, you told me. I don't forget these things.
Why didn't
Yeah,
you go get him then?
It was a 2-hour ride. It was a 2-hour
Yeah,
drive
it'd
there.
be a waste of time.
It wouldn't have been a waste of time. We would have kidnapped you and took you to Six Flags. It would have been great.
Well, actually, I'd be like, hey, Mom, can I go with these strangers on the internet to Six Flags?
Okay.
Right, yeah, no,
Oh,
I have
man.
not met anybody on the game, and at this point,
Lame.
I probably don't think I will. Because
Well, Charles,
What?
I will make
I've
it a point then
stopped
to
really,
come and meet you.
I've stopped really, meeting new people. I just kind of,
Next person to
know
meet,
the
Charles.
old ones now.
Charles,
At
I
least
will
you,
come in
at
for
least you have the ability to meet somebody. There's nobody here.
I know the
Oh,
feeling.
yeah.
That's because your country. That's because Loliflon, like Bulgaria is just a bunch of gypsies.
I think the thing
And
is
poor
that if
people.
people did meet me, they would be sorely disappointed because I'm actually extremely boring. in,
Yeah, I
like,
can
on
imagine.
stuff
No.
that I do. Like
My
it's
next,
like
my next,
they're
my
like
next person to meet is definitely gonna be Charles. Now.
it's like, hey Charles, let's
I'm
go
coming for
drinking.
you.
Oh, I just turned that age. I'm not really into that. Oh,
Lame.
do you want to
play
go on
video
an
games?
amusement?
Charles,
do you want to
you're
go
no
on a?
fun.
Do you want to go on an amusement ride? Last time I did that, I popped my back. Oh. Do you want to
Hey,
go
come
get?
over.
Do you want to go get cotton candy? Hell yes, I do. Oh,
What?
that's about it.
Oh wow. No video games?
Charles, can
Oh,
we?
video.
Charles,
You
can
don't
we
want
go
to.
get
You don't want
cotton
to.
candy?
You don't want to play me in Smash Bros. I'll kick your ass.
Charles,
sure
I
you won't.
challenge you to. So Charles, are you good at other fighting games then?
No,
I challenge you to a Skullgirls.
Knew it.
no, you're just gonna play the girl who
Yeah.
grabs people.
I don't play Sarabella.
Mm.
I don't like playing her.
She just plays as the bitch that puts us 6 feet under in the ground all the time.
Oh, Squiggly!
Yeah.
It's time to bury you 6 feet over.
All right.
I play her
Anyways,
and Eliza.
all right.
Yeah, I've also
So do-
met a few people as well.
Who all have you met, Deadbeat?
I mentioned this in a few previous ones, but I haven't actually met anyone from New Zealand because it's like fuck all people here. But I met Azure Kite and Smoogie Boo, and I still talk to both of them pretty actively. It was actually pretty cool. I mean, it's actually quite an interesting experience meeting these new people. Like the first time I actually went to go meet Azure, I was waiting in the airport and no one was there, and I'm just like, shit. What if no one actually comes?
Oh.
And so I got really worried for like 5 minutes.
They set you
I
up,
was going to be stuck in
deadbeat.
this airport in a foreign country waiting for someone who wasn't going to show up that I've never actually met.
Okay, well, I can't say it was as bad, but
The
yeah,
feels.
when I was sitting in Dallas Fort Worth airport waiting to be picked up, and like an hour went by, I'm like, oh god, I literally just flew all the way over here for nothing. I'm gonna have to get right back on the return flight and go home. But they came, and I was like, hooray!
Yeah, like I met up with Azure Kite as well, and it was really good fun. It was really fun. It's quite, like I said, it's quite a nice experience just meeting these new people that you've conversed with for so long.
Bay, come over.
Anyways, do we have any?
Hey, come over.
No. Anyway, is there a
Save
fifth
it
question?
late. Yeah. Is there any other questions?
No, I have.
Are you
There's
sure?
no more. Yeah, I haven't gotten any other messages.
Oh, come on.
Alright.
There's like 10 people in here. 15. We gotta have more.
And
Well, to be fair, we've been here for 70 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
we've
70.
been here for a while. Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Charles,
started
only
it.
70. We started, I think, like. Oh, I think I just got another. Did I?
we started
Yeah,
Okay,
started
directly
on
True
on.
Noodle
time
has
for a
something
Alright.
to ask, so let's give
Guys,
the Noodle
we
Talk
started
hour.
on time.
Okay.
I swear, if it's just your birds wanting to talk, you're gonna die.
No, don't worry. I have push talk on. So
Nice.
yeah.
All right.
So I was
what you got for
gonna
us?
ask what on Otis, what's your guys' favorite song usually? Or
Oh,
map at all?
I'm done. I
Dark
got it.
Phoenix songs.
Hmm.
Bye.
a lot of the maps for Dark Phoenix songs are really good, and Dark Phoenix is really good.
I've had
Yeah,
a favorite
Dark
map
Phoenix is pretty good.
ever since I played it, and it hasn't stopped being my favorite map. Chaotic.
Mm,
Oh.
I think Chaotic is the best map on the game right now.
I don't even know what my favorite map is. I play.
I
so
got
much.
none.
My favorite map for a long time used to be Nasty Girl, but definitely my favorite maps now are Dark Phoenix, Stirring It on a Moon, and Dark Phoenix, the Magic Library.
You
I guess-
is nasty.
I guess I'd have to say something that makes me like smile and enjoy it more when I'm playing it is like Gabby's maps, like Moon and Daisuke and fucking Made of Fire. Yeah.
You striking
Yeah.
chords in Mizuchi.
I don't care about your chords.
Charles is
No,
feeling
not that kind of
boiled.
chord, you nerd. Stop being a music nerd, you try it.
Charles is feeling boiled.
Anyways,
Heavenly
guys,
Moon is a terrible map.
no.
No,
forget
it's
you.
not.
Heavenly Moon was awesome,
Heavenly Moon was a good map.
but
Wait.
thank you guys.
Charles
for the
doesn't know what he's
questions.
talking about.
Yeah, Charles doesn't know what he's talking about, but we're actually
Okay, let's gang
a
up
little bit-
against Charles.
We're actually a little bit over what we normally do, so we're gonna go ahead and cut this off here. here in a moment, we'll be able to go up in general banter if you guys want to talk just more freely. Feel
Nope.
free.
Nope. Gonna stay down here.
But yeah. Thank everybody. Hold on. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
are you reading the script or
Okay,
something?
well, Zetrot's sort of set up. If you have an idea for someone you want on the actual show to be interviewed, let myself or Zetrot know, or post in the thread, and we'll see if we can get that to happen. But we can't guarantee it, just remember that.
Yes. Also,
We also have Burai and Nashman, I think it was, coming up in the next
Noshman's,
few weeks.
I think not. Is Noshman in the 12th?
and
I think he is.
Yes.
because I've been told by giant seagulls with biceps. If you guys want to see more Charles 445, for whatever reason, if you
Remind
find him
Zetrot
here-
to invite me in Steam.
Yeah, apparently everybody should just go add Charles 445 to their Steam and spam the shit out of him.
No,
just in
don't add
case I
me.
forget to.
There are Steam SCR hack. I'm not gonna add people to that. I'm talking add Zetrot to Steam and then tell Zetrot to poke me on Steam. That'll
You're a
work.
dick. Anyways, remember guys, Rhythm's only a click away, and we'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for coming out.
Hey,
I'm still kind of confused as to what we were even doing.
Charles.
Everyone
Random
is.
crap.
The everyday.
There we go.
How's that for an
Um,
end card?